cold. We're gonna get started. This is 3 training sessions before I had my first season open. I thought it'd be cool to record it because I haven't recorded a sprint training session in a long time. So I'm gonna start from my warm-up, which you get to watch all of. I've changed my warm-up, I've actually got 3 now. So for this training one, I'm gonna have to do some like skips, mobility, drills, some sprints, not too intense, then we go. Give me a sec. I hate ads. Then we're gonna start. Make sure it's straight. The setup for this will be really annoying. compared to the one that I had last year, the start of last year, so like September to December, this warm-up is much shorter, but it's, in my opinion, just as tedious, even if it only takes 20 minutes. I still don't remember it. Cold in here. Oh my gosh. We're gonna be warming up for quite a bit of time. But once I get past the hurdles, which is coming up next, it's a much smoother journey. Time for the hurdles. Tired. I'm gonna fill up my big bowl and I'm gonna use that to take a break before I start my drills and stride outs and actually sprint. Something that I've learned is the warm-up doesn't have to particularly be long, but it's got to warm you up, open you up, and get you right for the activity you're sprinting. So you can have a 5-minute warm-up if 5 minutes is all you need to warm up, mobilize, get yourself ready to sprint. But if that takes you an hour, 2 hours, then you're going to be warming up for a while. But I want to try and keep it on the thinner side compared to 2 hours, because then if you're training and repeating, you're not going to have much energy. Your reps aren't going to be that good in training, and your rounds, if you have multiple or whatever, when you're competing, are going to be terrible compared to what you can actually give. So the warm-up's very important. It's where speed's made. It's where speed's unlocked for the session. But if it's too long, what can warm you up, get you ready like a car, can also make you flatline or redline. I'm the only person here. This is lit. It's 7:12. See how long that lasts. So, because it's 7, it actually might last the entire session. It's time for drills. We've got 2 of each, 3 drills, 8 switches, scissor bounds, I believe, and fast legs. I'm gonna put my water down, and we're gonna start. I was right. A switch, scissor bounds, then mix them together with some fast legs. 2 of each. Nothing fancy. Just all the fast legs. I'm actually gonna do them over there. Just gonna move down before we start. Put you right here. Let's get. I'm trying to be more tense, or more stiff and prepared for the ground. And that rep was in it. rounds. Shouldn't look too aggressive, like I'm trying too hard. Should relax and smooth, but there should be aggression on approach and on the floor. Little drill breaks, I get tired easy before we do the first legs. I'm trying to fix how I attack the floor, because one of the probably the biggest, in fact, and most important differences between an 11-0 guy like myself and a 10-0 guy is ground contact time. Mostly the technique's about the same, but there's some small differences on how they treat ground time and what they do before, on and after ground time, or what they don't do, with the right way of saying some of that, to on faster. And mix all of that together, so I get anywhere from 0.1 to 0.2, sometimes even 0.3 differences in ground contact time. They can get on and off the ground much quicker. It's not about more power, it's just that they can generate that power faster, and not just that, but trust that they're generating enough power in that faster manner. Because when you're on the ground, it should just be not. And a lot of people that run slow or slower than 10-0 do that instead of just, when you're at top end, just, it's a slight drag back, but it's just off pretty quick. So I'm gonna be trying to get that right before I get my first 60, because the competition coming up is a 400, which everyone keeps questioning whether I'm actually gonna do it. And I paid like 2 months ago. I'm actually gonna do it. Okay, time for some fast legs, then accelerations, and then we've got a session. And I'll talk about the session when we get past the strides I've got to do. This will do. This will do. Yeah. Last one was good. Next, accelerations. 3, 3. Put your middle of the lane, but be over there. I'll be in this lane. Actually not yet. I might just do it in this lane. The angling's better. Caleb McGinnis, hello. So, the aim for these accelerations isn't to go crazy fast. It's just to hit the right shapes and put enough push to project my hips forwards. Because when you accelerate, it's not about completely maximal force. It's about pushing yourself forwards in every step. And sometimes less force can let you do that faster than more force if your angles are wrong. You want to fall for a bit at the start. Something I've been thinking about this fall I've got next week is how am I going to do this? Because when I accelerate now, because of how low I come out, I have to accelerate really hard or I'm going to fall on my face unless I just want to overstride and come up a bit. So I don't know how exactly I want to run this fall, but we'll have to see. What works out? That might be the worst one yet. Our toe drag was atrocious. Dragged for way too long. And I thought I did it on purpose, not because it felt natural. Okay. Next we got 2 strides. Nothing intense. Nothing crazy. There's not going to be a dry phase either, by the way, so. Yeah, nothing intense. Let's put this hat on the floor. Let's get. I think you guys are too close. So I'm not getting up to speed enough. Let's try again from about there. That one was better. So, I'm supposed to do 2 120s at 9%, which would be 400 pace, but I'm not sure if the outdoor track's open, so I might not be able to do that. Hence, I might try and see if I can get something similar done indoors, which is going to be fairly annoying. And also, even if I do go outside, it's very dark, so you might not be able to see me, which is another thing, but we can always give it a shot. So, I want to see if it is open, and then I want to put you outside, and we'll very quickly find out whether, if I do go outside, if you'd even be able to see my session. I think I need something to open the door, or hold the door open if it opens. Because the fire exit, which I find really weird. Why it's a fire exit, I don't know. So, yeah, I need something to Keep this thing open if it's doable. Otherwise I'm trapped outside, I'm an idiot. Oh, damn, it's wet. Ooh. Okay, you can just about see me, but I think the outdoor track is locked, which is an L. But I want to verify first. This does not look good. Oh, never mind. It's not. Must be the wind. Okay. Let's find out. Can you see over there? This is about to be the worst live stream ever if I do it outside. Okay, we'll just do it inside. Because you can see, sure. But it's so blurry because it's dark. Which just makes it pointless. So, I'm just going to run from one end of the track to the very end where the sand pit is. I was trying not to get into the sand pit. Probably not 120 meters. I say 60 meters because we've got a 60 track. So it would be the session if I had an extra 60 strip. But got to use what I have. And right now, that's not a lot. So we're going to have to work with what we have. So from over there, all the way to right here. I'm gonna get my spikes on. This is probably like 100, 110. I might measure it out just to see, but there's not much hope. Actually, maybe I'll do it backwards. I don't want to run into the pit. I want to have a barrier to stop me. So whilst I measure out, you guys can watch, I guess. So we'll use, I mean, 5 or 6. Haven't decided yet. This measure up is a lifesaver. This is gonna be so funny to do, but whatever. It's about an extra 45 meters, I think. So we've got about 105 meters to sprint with, plus whatever's at the end. But that's not really gonna be much because I'm gonna be running straight into a wall, and it's not a soft ball, so this is gonna hurt if I do this wrong. But wow, man. Good luck with what I have. I'm not about to sacrifice my session for no reason again. We're gonna be using these spikes. The rest period is gonna be about 8 minutes. And the reason I'm using these spikes instead of my super spikes, which by the way, I do have in my bag, and they're amazing. I prefer these over the Adidas, which my foot just goes straight through, is because when I'm doing the 400, I'm actually gonna be wearing these green ones. What is that? I'm wearing these green ones instead of the super spikes because first off, the 400 isn't my main event. So I don't care too much about the extra few tenths of a second that the super spike would give me over the distance. And even if I did, it's indoor 400, not an outdoor 400. So even if I did care, it's a version of the event that doesn't matter. And it's also because, for me, this 400 acts as a bit of training to see if my training plan is working the way I want it to. Because essentially, it's just been a bunch of speed, actually. If we say what it really is, it's just been a bunch of acceleration because we've only recently just started to introduce some longer stuff. So it's mainly been a bunch of acceleration. So I want to see if this acceleration has not just improved my top end, but if I still have my strengths, my capabilities to hold my top end for a long time. As an ex-400 meter runner, as trash as I was still a 400 meter runner. I kind of know the event. Didn't run it well, but I kind of know the event. So I know what to expect. I know I'm gonna die. I know how to run it, which is just accept the death. And we'll just see if that bodes well for me on Saturday. But right now, this is mainly about getting out. Not particularly hard, but hard enough to open up and fast that I guess for the next 290 meters I've got, because it's not gonna, or 295 meters I've got, because I'm running a 4:120. If I'm gonna have enough energy to sustain myself. You can't really manage energy well, but what you can do is manage inefficient energy. I don't want to waste so much energy in the first 100 to 200 meters to the point where when it comes to the final 200 or so, I've just got nothing left. I'm just dying. So it's all about managing this thing the best I can. And I would say I tend to not manage my races well, especially for 4, though I haven't run a 4 in a while. I don't undershoot or overshoot. Actually, I don't overshoot, I always undershoot. So my PB of 55 from way back when should have been faster that season, but I was actually scared of the event to go any harder, so we never did. But that's not going to be the case this time. Part of the reason I'm doing the 4 isn't just because I promised my subscribers last season and I failed to actually deliver that, so we're gonna have to do a 4. But it's also because 2023 I was supposed to do a 4 because that was a season where I was rewriting my PBs. So I went from, I changed all my PBs, which were 12 to 24.4. I was gonna change the 55.8, and I went to 11.18, 22.94. The 400 never changed, but I did pay for the meet. I was supposed to do the 1, 2, and the 4 on the same day, and I never did. So the plan is to not just fulfill my promise to you guys, but not only fulfill my promise to you guys, but also get rid of that 55 from my PB, because I'm way faster than that now. It's running 24, barely-ish. Now I'm running 21, barely-ish. So there's a lot more speed in the tank to move the needle. So let's move that needle. I'm not gonna run in a specific lane, so I don't really have space at the other end. I'm gonna try to be in between lane 5 and 4. We'll see how that goes for the first rep, and then I'll decide what I'm gonna do for the next. So I'm gonna recheck how I wanna be running this, so I don't get too hard or anything stupid that I haven't prepared myself for. How hard is this? I'm gonna make a lot of noise. Let's see. We'll do it like that, because I don't want to accidentally crash into my phone. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna leave this phone here because I'm using my data to get this done. I'm using my cutoff. That's an L we have to accept. Let's start. Safe. Safe. What time is it? I think I went too easy. I feel like I messed up my acceleration. Didn't get out hard enough. Came a bit high. These things happen. Luckily, for the second rep, to clean up, I still remember 9%, not 80%, not 100%. But if I do that on the race, still, with how slow my times are, I'll probably leave everyone in the dust out of acceleration regardless. But that's not the point. I can't believe my warm-up is going to take more time to do than the actual session is going to take. And my warm-up was short. How long has this been going on for? 49 minutes. We'll be done within the hour, but I might show me stretching. Thanks, by the way, for the 4 people who have liked. And if you haven't liked, you might as well like now and boost it up. Might not be the most interesting one I've done, but I think it's necessary because how you prepare for a meet, there's a lot about what you're going to do in the meet, especially in the final 7 days. because some people have a week's taper, others have a month's taper. The taper length doesn't really matter much. What really matters is that final week of training. What you do to try to run your fastest when meet day comes, whether that's an open or a championship, open league, championship, doesn't matter what it is. What you do now in the last week or so determines how fresh, primed, prepared, and just overall just ready you're gonna be. Because like a lot of people during the final week of training might be thinking stuff like, okay, I'm over prepared, but let's just make like I like how everything's going, so let me just make sure that it's still going the same way. Or they might feel unprepared. They might do extra work now to try and make up for it. Sprinting doesn't work like how a school test does, where you can cram last minute and get crazy results. Technically, you can improve like 1 or 2 things, but if you're trying to improve your speed, your anaerobic or aerobic capacity, a week or so is not going to be enough time, 6 more minutes, to get that done. So that final week is about low volume and just making sure that you're firing right, and that's it. If you're underprepared, you just got to make sure that you're firing the best you can. If you're overprepared, you got to make sure that you haven't peaked before the meet and that everything still goes the same. And if you're prepared, like how I want to say I am, but I don't know. I feel good, but it's a 4, so who knows? Then just do exactly what you've been doing, but less volume, just to make sure you stay right. You want to stay right with it. Is anyone in the live competing? If you are, tell me where you're competing, or if not, tell me what event you got coming up. Obviously for me, I've got the 4, but I actually don't know much about my subscribers. I want to know more, like how you guys sprinters, like how I am, like 200 and down, or do you do the 4? You middle distance? Though I doubt that, but I don't know. I don't know enough about you guys, so let me know, and if you are competing soon, I'll cheer you on. I always do. I bless everyone who's competing this season, watching my live stream and watching my videos this season with the same level of success that I get. So I've got to make sure that I overachieve what I'm planning to be getting this season, so that you guys can overachieve as well. You know, it goes 2 ways. When you see success, you do success. So I've got to lead by example. If I want you guys to win, I've got to win first, or at least win at the same level or rate as you guys. Because I don't know, someone watching this stream might be running like 25 seconds right now on a 200, or 26, and then next thing you know, they're running 21 or 20, and I'm like, in the same season. I don't know. Some of you guys are dogs, so I wish you guys best of luck with your fast, slow, or I don't even know, doing spins at your training sessions. There's 3 minutes before it's time to do the next one, but I'm gonna set you guys up at the end of the track now anyway, in anticipation that I'm gonna walk super slow and make it exactly at 56, which I probably won't, but I'm tired of waiting around. The session isn't exactly long, so I feel fine. I feel ready to go. So I will just, at the expense of flattening my speed and doing something I should never do, which is short my rest, potentially, and put you guys at the other end, and we're gonna go get it. before I go, because I'm probably on my way towards 56 when I have to start the next rep. Same acceleration that I would have in 100, except as I get halfway through my dry phase, we focus on being more open than normal. So we're going to be pushing for a bit more, throwing myself down the track more than normal, and we'll just do what we do. Hello, Hariam Gwaswami. I don't know how to say your name. Final rep. Wish me luck. That's it. Was it. That was it. Aggressive acceleration. Not too aggressive though. First 5 or 6 steps are aggressive. Keep pushing. Let momentum carry you. Then get down. You're gonna feel a bit tired as you get to the 100 point. But by then, you kind of just switch between floating, maintenance, and opening up. I'm from London. I'm in London right now. That's where I live. Because I'm from London. I'm not gonna make you guys suffer through me just breathing tired and stretching and stuff like that. But that is my session. Short, as you can see. This live stream is about to go to an hour, and the spikes are already coming off because, again, and by the way, I turned on this live stream when I started my warm-up, but for the final 3-4 sessions, all that matters is checking the system and making sure that you know how to go through the phases still and your body's firing properly. Which my body is firing, so if you've got a competition coming up, consider doing as many reps as I did, which was just 2 to 3. I usually train light anyway, so then I'll be doing maybe four reps usually, unless I'm doing some speed or special endurance stuff. But when it comes to speed and acceleration can get away with a bit more. When it comes to speed, there's no point in just doing more. Like the saying in the gym, which is no pain, no gain. Hustle, grind mindset. That'll work with speed. Speed begets speed, and speed behaves the same way, like how a lion, a cheetah, a jaguar, a leopard, all those big cats would behave, which is really fast, quick bursts of energy, but over a long period, dead. So if you're competing, check your volume before you run a PB untimed in training instead of a PB in comp. And that is 1 hour and 1 minute. One of my shortest live streams of training ever. I'll see you guys in the next episode, which, what day is it today? Will be in, I think it's 10 days? 9 days, which is actually on the day I'm competing in the fall. I've also got a giveaway that I'm doing. Check my posts page on my channel. I'm giving away £5, not a lot, but if you want to win some money, the opportunity, you need to guess my 400 time. The details of the challenge is in the video. Well, not the video, the post. But you need to do 2 things. First off, you need to comment the time you think I'm going to run. Second off, you need to fill out the Google Doc, or Google Forms that I have. Because if you don't fill it out, even if you get it correct, I'm not giving you anything. Because I need proof you're the same person. Then I also need your PayPal so that if you're correct, I can give the money. So even if you guess correct, if you don't follow the rules properly, like you can't edit your comment, then you won't win it. I'm doing this for every single one of my competitions this season. And off the top of my head, I've got 13 competitions, which means there's about £75 to potentially take from me. So I wish you guys the best of luck, and I hope someone puts some crazy high ball prediction and I get it and I have to give out £5. I'd be happy with that. I don't mind. Like, imagine someone says you're gonna run 6'7" in the 60, like, and I do, and I have to give you £5. I'm not gonna complain. But yeah, that's me done. Video done. For real this time. For real. I'll see you guys in 9 days for the next episode of Project 21. Cool.